Hello, everybody, and welcome to this is episode 5, isn't it? I've forgotten already. Fuck's sake, episode 5 of Intertwined, I guess.
It's too many. Too many.
So yeah, lads, in it too many. Kicking off from last week, we were what were we going to chat about at the end of the podcast last week before we were unceremoniously cut off?
Shit, yeah, that was my fault. I'm just a busy guy with no battery in it, so places to be, people to see, gardens to water.
It's because we're getting no rain in England at the moment, isn't it? Matt, you said in the group chat you had a few stories.
Yeah.
One of them was about Neens. So, I mean, if you want to kick it off, bro.
Yeah, I think I've been telling you all week. I think Mike's been really excited about about these stories, man.
Mate, I'm always well excited.
So, like, getting back to the peak era of the story, right? So I've got a couple. I've got a few that I kind of want to fire around to you guys, see if it kind of wakes you up and see if you can remember them. So
Yep.
I remember. I'll start with the first one. So do you remember obviously the house phone? And Pete would always answer the phone first, but he would rush to the phone and like get up, jump up, and like really like out of breath and like really weakly. We would go, hello, hello. Usha.
I dreaded people calling us. Dreaded people calling us, man.
Mate, I hated it, bro. I had to explain to my mates that I lived with my granddad. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
I tried calling you the night, but it was some weird old man. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, no idea. Wrong number, innit?
No idea.
Wrong number.
Wrong number.
Rang the old folks home by accident.
So Joanne had this friend called Lisa, and Dan aptly named her Mongface. And just because she wasn't a very good looking person. And Dan, you hit the nail on the head with that fucking that nickname.
In terms of nicknames, that was the best one ever.
Yeah,
I know.
It was. So Pete had answered the phone at this time for Lisa, and she's like, "Oh, hi Pete, it's Lisa," and he's like, "Who? And she's like, "It's Lisa, Joanne's friend from school." And he's like, "Oh, is she there?" So then, like, Joanne comes down, answers the phone, and then Lisa comes and stays for a few days at our house. And I, at this point, so Lisa, the phone had gone down, and Lisa was making her way to the house, and I went downstairs to make me and Mike a brew, and I just popped my head into the living room from the kitchen, and I seen Lisa walking down the the path, because we had quite a long path, didn't we, boys?
Yeah.
So seeing her walking down the path, I went, "Oh, here's Mongface." So then, as she's walked in, Pete must have been like cycling it in his head, trying to remember her name. So she's walked in the door, and he went, Mongface.
It's here. He's stopped himself, but it's already too late. He said the worst part of the name. He stopped himself after the worst bit.
So literally, as he was saying it, he's staring at me, and he's like, giving me like proper evils. I was dying at the door. That was
I love a good nickname. I love a good nickname. Do you guys remember Beanhead? He used to live on our street.
Yeah, Beanhead.
Right. Let me tell you this, right? So let me tell you this about Beanhead. I remember. So we moved onto the drive, right? And then there was already kind of like established friendships. So you had like Chris and Ryan who lived next to each other, and then Chris lived next to Beanhead, and they would play football on the street. And I remember just kind of like trying to integrate with him. And so I think started playing football with them, and then introductions like, this is Chris, this is Ryan, this is Clayton, his brother, this is Beanhead. Like in my head, it didn't click. It didn't click that basically Beanhead meant that his head was just shaped like a bean. I genuinely thought that was his name because he was Asian. He was Asian. So I didn't hear Beanhead as in Beanhead. I just thought it was like an Asian name, like Beanhead. So I remember like Beanhead. So I honestly, I'm thick as mint. So I then knock on. I knew I go knock on. His mum answers. I say he's Beanhead, and she's like, Beanhead? I'm like, yeah, Beanhead. He's Beanhead. Do you not know your own son? Right? And she was like, oh. and then he actually appears. And it turns out, I think his name was like Rizwan. I think it's nothing. And I was like, oh my god! And like, I had that like, I had that light,
Yeah.
I had that light bulb moment going, what the fuck have I done? I've just said he's Beanhead. Like, and she's then like, going, what the hell are you on about? Like, so that's where a nickname's gone wrong, and me being stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
that's gotten well wrong. That has gone well wrong. That has Beanhead, you know. I think, Matty was right. His name was actually Farhad.
Yeah,
was it Farhad?
I actually knocked on
I
from
think
one.
he had a make on
His
Rizwan.
dad was like,
Rizwan. You remembered his name?
yeah, we had some sick nicknames back in the day, man. I mean, Chris the Pissinge Magic. That was a good nickname.
Chris the Piss. Literally, there was nothing to do with that nickname apart from the fact that piss rhymed with Chris.
Yeah, he never.
That's
never
how
pissed
childish
himself
we
or
are.
anything. Just
wait, were these your little mates?
do you know
where it's
what?
like
Neil,
Chris, and David.
Neil, Chris, and David.
Oh yeah,
The
Neil,
real-
Chris, and David. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. They hated that, singing the names to the Ed, Ed, and Eddie theme tune. Just
Yeah.
three dopey ass dudes,
Your
mate,
three little
walking
weird
around.
mates.
David using his head as a shovel. Dig a hole.
They were your three little weird
brilliant
names.
nicknames,
And they'd rock up to the house. They'd all be wearing corduroys, and a weird little shirt. And you're like, where have these come from?
They got a Lecoq Sportif t-shirt and corduroy pants coming to the door looking like Rupert Bear.
I think they were the only family on the street who were poorer than us, actually, you know.
Yeah, bro, they came to our house and went, whoa, they're not on the emergency lecky, these guys are flush.
I felt flush being around them. I thought, oh, you know what? I'm actually not doing too bad here. Like,
idiot. We're like, oh yeah, we've got a charity bag from Wood Street Mission, and they're like, Wood Street Mission, what's that? Like, somewhere that gives you free clothes? Fuck
they couldn't even get
off.
the bus. They couldn't get the bus to Wood Street Mission.
No. Matty, before we forget about it, my wife has been requesting, because she's a big Friends fan, she's been requesting the story about us pivoting Pete's armchair up the stairs. So could you please just give that one out just so that it's done?
So Dan, do you remember last year when we were clearing out Dad's house and how angry you got at Alan because he was like trying to tell you where to put stuff? And this is the only time I've legitimately seen Dan get like proper angry at someone.
Man, I was fuming. Because he was giving instructions. I was fuming. I'm like, you know, it's like if someone's giving instructions, they're doing fuck all. They're not doing any of the heavy lifting, but they're giving instructions on the heavy lifting, and you're just like, oh my god, you are absolutely. Me and Matt were having to like clear this house out, which we were dreading for years. Even when my dad was alive, I was like, oh my god, I am not looking forward to this day. And when the day finally come where he had passed away, we're now having to clear out. Like, I'm not joking. The guy was a hoarder, so it was like 25 years.
Yeah, he was a massive hoarder.
So we were like, right, we have to sort of pile of keep and dispose of, and the dispose of was like building higher and higher and higher. There's barely anything to keep. I was like, I'll have to tell him because I paid for half of it. I was like, I'll have to tell him. I was like, you will not, you fucking bastard, right? I said, you can have my telly in my room, right? And you can pay 30 for it.
Did you take it expired cheese from 2003?
That was an LG.
Cheese doesn't go off; it just matures.
So right. So do you remember the armchair that was? I think it was Mum's in the living room, and it was like a dark one with flowers on it, and we had it in our room for a bit. It was pretty warm by the time we finished wrestling on it. So
the arms were gone and that.
So we were getting a new couch. I say new couch set. We were getting a second-hand couch set from someone else. So Mum was like, "Oh, we're gonna take this chair." So I was like, "Mum," I said, "Can we have it in the room so we can play the game, like play on our games with it?" She's like, "Yeah." Do you know what? That makes sense. So me and Mike get in this chair upstairs, and I'll tell you what. You know when you get to like the corner, we just couldn't get the fucking chair around. It was so heavy and so big It's dead annoying. And we were only like teenagers at this point as well. I think we were like 15 and 11. So we're like struggling. Pete's at the bottom of the stairs with his shitty little frame, right? And so it's like, you're not getting the angles right. And Mike literally, like, he just went, I'll angle slam you in a minute. So I've dropped the. No, I found that hilarious. I'm on the bottom. I've let this chair go. It's literally like going down the stairs. And Pete has shuffled so fast. I literally just jumped into the living room with his frame.
like some crippled Indiana Jones.
This chair is actually tumbling down at pace at him.
Oh, mate, it's like he was on Total Wipeout or something. Oh, shit.
It took us about an hour to get that chair in the room, man.
I know for a fact there are no wheels on that chair. Those wheels well gone off those casters.
No,
he needs to go.
There was nothing to help us. Bearing in mind, we had two banisters as well because we had the stairlift. Mate, there were so many obstacles in the way.
Oh my God. I think it was those several obstacles that actually saved Pete from being crushed under the weight of Mum's armchair. Because if they weren't there, it would have come straight down at him and he would not have moved in time. There would have just been like, you remember Wile E. Coyote, where like he'd drop a rock on the Roadrunner and there'd just be like bits of legs sticking out. That'd be Pete under the chair. Get me out of there, you bastards!
Well, this isn't very comfortable, is it? No wonder you're getting rid of it.
You don't need it. Pick it out.
Right, and
oh my God.
So I've got another one, and this was so when I had the kids around, but when they were young, especially Elena, he kind of talked to Elena quite a lot, and she had all the amenities at ours, so she had a high chair, and she was eating spaghetti, and she's like flipped the bowl of spaghetti all over her, and as she's done that, Pete was feeding her at this time, and I'm in the kitchen. And all I heard was Pete going, "Oh, you silly little nonce!" I'm busting. I was like, "Bro, what? You can't call her a nonce, mate. What? She's stupid." And I'm like, "That's not what it means. You can't call my kid that, man." And it was like stuff like that. He was so stupid about that. He didn't understand. But like, was that a different meaning? In his time, did it mean stupid?
Huh? In it. I was gonna say pot and kettle, mate. What are you doing?
Like, I didn't know if he thought it meant stupid or something.
Do you know what I think it is? Yeah, he's probably assumed to himself because people were calling him a nonce all these times. It was probably that it meant he's stupid or something.
That's what I figured.
Oh, he just called me a nonce. Does that mean I'm dumb?
Mate, so Mum was in the kitchen. I was like, "Mum, he's just called Elena a nonce." I was like, "Come on, man." I promised the kids I'd tell that story because Kai remembers it quite well.
Oh my God,
Matt, did you get the message from Mum? Matt, did you get the message from Mum? She'd been run over by a mobility scooter.
I did, yeah. I was like, "How are you not like in a mobility scooter as well?" Like,
I thought he was Destruction Derby.
Yeah, Destruction Derby. If the headlight had come out and I got it.
I always try and be like, "Oh, Mum, I'm sorry to hear that." Whenever it's like something about, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that," or "I'm sorry to read that." What happened? I said, "Where did that happen?" She went, "Blackpool Town Centre." I was like, honestly, you're gonna be dodging and diving like mobility scooters all the time.
Yeah,
Blackpool Town Centre.
Did the guy who hit her, was he wearing like a wolf fleece?
Oh, they love him with a scooter.
I did message him back. I went, did you get his insurance details? He went, no.
He's like, I can't believe Mum getting run over by a Rolls Royce. That's brilliant.
Rolls Royce,
that's quality, mate. That is absolutely amazing. And you know what? It's funny, yeah. That's actually go on, Dan.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to say I was at a barbecue and I was telling one of like Sarah's partner's friends, like, and I said, "Oh, my mum used to get. She never used to get. That's not butter. Wow, that's not butter. She would always get like the knockoff one." I was trying to explain, like, it would always be the worst kind of one, like, "Oh, is that butter? Oh, that's not butter.
Blimey, that ain't butter, is it?" It's the shittest food ever. And I was literally, I was just thinking as well, like, because Sorry, go on.
That's all right. I think there is a slight delay. But it was always the thing where it would be a random thing. It would always be a random thing for the type of stuff that it would be. So it would never be Warburtons. It would then be something like Warbaxters, and you'd always have to you're like, right, yeah, that's normal.
When I was in year 8, I asked for some Rockport, and she got me Rockfords. I'm like,
mate, this was a time when knockoff goods were just passed off as ordinary. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you had when you were buying DVDs, you got them all the latest movies. You got them from a Chinese bloke at the market, at Greymare Lane Market, 5 DVDs for $10 or something in it. It was all knockoff shit, and that's all that's. No, that would insinuate that Alan's ever had a job, Dan.
It wasn't we didn't get
weird.
So our I don't know if you ever saw it, but it was like a Peter Kay thing. But that actually happened to our ice cream van. He actually sold porn DVDs out of his ice cream van.
No, not mine.
Fat Sam's, bro.
What do you mean, Dave? It's called Dave.
Fuck. Yeah, Dave. Sorry.
Yeah.
Again, what was the point in that? Why was Mum calling him Dave for all these years? We find out his fucking name's Martin. I'm going up to the ice cream. I'm going, all right, Dave, and he's looking at me like, all right, mate. What's going on here? He probably thought I was fucking
ice cream
Bez.
just have a fake name. Is that just a thing? Just so they're oh, I don't want them to know my real name. And then you found it out, and you thought you were the big deal.
He had it on his license.
Oh, Mike, you were he's actually called Martin, and you thought that you were the bee's knees because you found out his real name.
Yeah.
Because I could just imagine Pete going up to the ice cream man going, can I have a cornetto and one gin Parish, please?
And he's going up to, all right, Dave, I trust that you can be discreet. In that case, I'll have 3 Soleros and a nudie case for me Nokia 3210.
I'll have 2
oh my God.
a clamshell, and one of those blue DVDs, please.
Dan went there once and got a Maxi Bon and a copy of Playing with Sarah.
Hey, don't knock Maxi Bon.
Maxi Bon.
Wait, are they still even around though? Are they around?
Yeah, when you can get them in Spain, mate. I love it.
It's not really around then, is it, Matt? Oh, you can get them in Spain.
Go Spain, bro.
No. I'm not that desperate for a fucking Maxi Bon.
You will be when you say that again, bro. You'll be going back. I had to go and get my Golden Grahams from Tenerife, and then he started to tell me home bargains.
Yeah, they had him in the middle aisle of Aldi, didn't they? And then they had him in home bargains as well.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Mike, do you remember the day that we raced Mum and Pete's mobility scooters down the street and you broke it?
Bro, I was literally going to mention that after Dan said Mum got hit by a wayward mobility scooter. I can't remember. Who was on which one, Matt? Was I on Pete's?
So Mike was on Mum's and I was on Pete's. Right. So we were racing uphill for some reason. I don't know why we didn't race downhill, but we were racing uphill towards the house.
Up the hill.
And Mike,
it was. Did you not race it on Cranwell Drive?
It was not. Yeah, but it wasn't flat. It was uphill, mate.
That's flat.
I think he's right. I think there is a very slight incline, very slight, but on a mobility scooter with 2 horsepower, it's very noticeable.
Right. So we were racing, and it was like a fair race. And Mike, for some reason, just turned the handlebars. I've crashed into the curb, and I've broke the whole plastic bit, and I'm trying to we're trying to glue it back on. And this was before Gorilla Glue came out. And this was sticky fucking PVA glue, prick stick or something that we were using.
Right.
So we were trying to explain why it was broke. And Mike went, "Oh, Burby knocked something off the cupboard and broke it." How is that believable? It was definitely through road rage, bro.
It's you know what? Wait, are you trying to say, Matt, that while we were racing, I turned your handlebars?
Yeah.
Some road rash shit.
Yeah,
just leaning over and
you turn the handlebars, and I've mounted the curb, and it's hit the concrete post where our gates were, and there was no explanation that was ever going to suffice. It Pete going, "No, it was you two pissing about."
At least I tried. I had to think on my feet, man. The first thing I thought is, all right, the cat's a little chonky. Let's blame it on the cat.
Do you know what? I'll tell you what. Where does anyone store 2 mobility scooters? Because one was just in the living room. Yeah. Where was the other one?
Yeah. Where was it?
Wasn't it in Pete's shed?
It was in the shed. because Pete always used to get
In the
like the
back
shitty
place.
ramp out in the back place.
No, not the back place. The shed that you built outside that you kept getting mad at us for
Oh, it
kicking footballs
was.
at.
Shit, yeah. And I'll tell you what, man, that guy was playing the system because one, he built the shed. He built a ramp for his mobility viewer to turn up to the PIP assessment. That is a joke, man. The guy's a joke.
Not just that, not just that, but like he was building fences and shit out of like old broken down pallets, and then he's like, oh, I can't do anything. I just got to sit on the sofa all day, and it pains me because I'm a grafter.
So, when he started putting up a shed, I was worried. I was so worried because there was like a pane of glass in that thingy. I thought that is not going to last 3 months. That pane of glass, but it was like the luckiest glass in the world. It never broke. It never broke. Even like
we were
all
just
your
very
stuff.
precise. We were hitting the big parts.
We broke next door's window. We broke the kitchen window. We broke the back door window. That shed stayed clean. There was no marks on that shed at all.
I guarantee that shed's still there today. I bet it's still standing.
Probably is.
I think we should. I think we should check it out.
Right, I think we should just message Jack and be like, Jack, just go in the back garden and see if the shed's still there, bro.
I think Mimic just goes around
And
anyway.
There, like, just go in mine a sec.
Actually, people will be able to see from his back window. We'll just message people, yo, people, is the shed still there, bro?
Oh yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
He lost 100 pounds again.
Mum found it and skipped all the way to Tesco.
We should actually tell the people why it's called Intertwined as well. I know obviously it's because of us three, but it's perfect because Pete building the fence, and I was dead young at this time because I didn't understand half the words he was coming out with. And if you put a list of like 10 words that he said, not one of them would make sense in a conversation with anyone in the entire world. His insults were terrible, but they were like, what? Why are you calling me that, man?
Like it was one of those ones that's taken 20 years for it to dawn on you and go,
yeah,
hey, that was an insult.
But it was also, he used words that no one would ever use in situations. And I remember, we'll get to the fence in a minute, but I want to say this. We got seat heaters in the car, in our pit car for Pete. And
all right, Matt.
So it was good, but I thought, because it was funny, it was a proper hot day as well. I've turned Pete's seat heater on, and I was like, he's like, it's bloody warm in here, isn't it? Oh. And then we get to we're going to the hospital, and we're about 20 minutes into the drive. He's like, oh, bloody sweater in here, and he's there, he's wiping the sweat off him, and then I turning the seat heater up all the way up. It's like, bloody on it, sweater. Who knew this word, bro? Just say it's hot. Say it's hot.
Bro, it's my wife uses that word. Literally the other day, the temperature here was 34 degrees, and she went, oh, it's sweltering. I was like, all right, Pete.
That's Pete is reincarnation, that.
It is, mate. My wife is Pete reincarnated. He's here to piss me off.
I remember when it was ridiculous. It was a ridiculous heat. And one went, oh, Pete can't cool down. And Pete went, honestly, feel me. I'm sweating. And I was like, and I could see like the beads of sweat in his head. I'm like, I'm not touching your sweaty head, you dirty mate. I'm not chance. I'm not touching your head. I'm not touching your sweaty head.
Just because he's sweat.
I'm not touching that. Feel this. I'm not feeling that.
Breathe, bro. You mad?
Touch it, Daniel. It feels like a shorn testicle.
Oh yeah, it does. Oh yeah. You're right.
You're absolutely right there.
Oh no. Oh, so Matt, the story about the fence.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So I mean, I know you guys remember it, but I remember we had like a green, was it like a wire fence? And we were taking it down, and it wouldn't, like, one section wouldn't come out, and then Pete, again with a word, Pete was like, oh, it's intertwined in the fence. The buttons are intertwined. Just say it's fucking, it's twisted in
tangled.
There.
Just say it's tangled, bro.
It's tangled. Don't come up with your stupid ass words, bro. But I mean, and then it fit nicely into how how the podcast is, because of us three being intertwined. So it's great. He gave us a word. He gave us an idea.
Yeah, one that we took the piss out of and now actually works.
Yeah.
I think it's actually legitimately a word as well, so it's jokes on us, really.
No, it is an actual
I don't
word,
think it is.
But as a kid,
I think it's a word.
As a kid,
you just don't want to
hear shit like that. Bro, put your dictionary down and just say words properly, mate.
Honestly, I don't think it is a word. I'm kind of on the fence about it.
Nice.
Very good, very good,
But
very good.
the wire fence, the rolled up fence did make a good addition to the wrestling. Jumping off there.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? It
going
got
wide,
rolled
it's
up
going
and we
wide.
were using it as kind of like almost a turnbuckle.
Yeah, it was like we had the ladders and then we had the fence and we were jumping off it and we wonder why our backs are fucked. That was just
Yeah.
that was hard.
Do you know what though? Dan's literally pretty much unscathed compared to you and me, Matt.
Because the fat shit couldn't get
I've
past the
got
first step on the
issues.
ladder.
I've got back issues. Not bad. Not bad. That shitty ladder. That was
Oh,
that like weird
is
little
it
ladder
carrying
that
the
didn't
humour
even
of the
like
family
lean up
around all
against
these years,
anything.
Dan?
Yep, I get it.
Not bad.
That's just getting old, man. All three of us getting old.
Do you know what it is? Oh my! If Pete was here now, right, and Dan's saying, "Oh, got back issues, got bone issues," the first thing he'd say is, "Yeah, you're born bloody idle."
Well, he came
Bone
up with a
idle.
nickname.
Again, what is that? Bone idle. What does that mean?
Well, I got told he said he came up with the
There was,
nickname Fortnite. Because they call me Fortnite. I was like, why you call me Fortnite? And the mum went, "Because you're too weak." Brilliant.
Too
Yeah, well
weak.
done. Well done.
Do you know though? You know what's mad? Yeah, he's like that's the shit that he said. Some of it, like now, kind of makes sense, and you're like, "Fuck, that was kind of clever." But then,
Yeah.
like other shit, you're just like, "You dickhead."
But it never dawned on us.
Dickhead.
It only dawned on us. And I swear I'm turning into Pete. Like, I hate going into a room and seeing a light on, or like
Oh,
when you leave like knives on the side. Like, are you using it? You're not using it, so just wash it, man, and put it away.
it's just got butter on it. It's just sat there on the side with butter on
Yeah.
it, or someone's left a tea bag next to the kettle. It's like, why can't you put it in the bin? The bin's right there.
And you can literally, and I'm getting like proper angry, and I could just hear his voice in my head going, "Oh, it's not funny now, is it? That it's your host." Oh,
Proud of you, son. I'm
Yeah,
proud of you.
bro, I'm the same, except I'm living with my wife. I'm living with my wife who's exactly like Pete. Do you know what I mean? She'll come in and she'll be like, I'm not even joking. One day she said to me, because like I had a couple of cans of Red Bull in the fridge and I drank them both pretty much in the same day. And then I was like, "Oh, babe, your Red Bull looks really nice now." She's like, "Well, I like to savor my drinks. You just drink them because they're there. You're not thirsty." I'm like,
that is a Pete
Right, Pete.
saying.
I'm like, "Bro, you are Pete. What the in it? Do you know what I mean? All right, Pete." She's fucking Pete, mate. I can't believe it. It's mental.
Coming up with something in my head. So Pete farted like, and it was proper rancid, man. It was like a nasty ass fart, and I was like, "Oh, it's like that proper stink that." I'm like, "Oh, Reg, it's not that fuck, bloody hell." And he's there, like sitting in his own fart, and I went, "Smells like you've had a couple of privates up there, bro." Like that. I was like, and I went, "Probably a couple of corporals too." He went, "What?" He had a slack ass, man. Them farts sounded dead weird.
Mate, this is just, yeah, they were weird, weren't they? Like,
Yeah.
remember that time I farted at the top of the stairs as I was running past him on his stairlift? Oh my God, killed me.
Wait,
Guys
you
like
going
coming
to the
down the
loft? I'm
stairlift,
sure
right?
you're
And he's
going
got
to
to
the
the
loft.
corner part where the... Oh yeah, no, there was one time when I was going into the loft as well, Dan. You're absolutely bang on there. Yeah. But this was a different time. His stairlift was coming down, and we had like this short set of stairs with a corner part and the window, and then like the stair, that was the widest part of the stairs when the stairlift was there. So as he's coming down, I'm trying to get downstairs. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, "Oh, hurry up." And it was really slow, the stairlift. So he's going, "Hold on, Michael. I'll stop at the corner and you can go past." And then, so he stopped at the corner. I walked past him, ripped out a big nasty one, yeah, and just carried on trotting downstairs. And he just carries on with his journey. "Well, I hope I don't smell. Oh, fucking hell, Michael." And he's stuck in it, trying to move his thing as fast as he can. "Come on, fucking hell." He's like, "Roar." He was
funny.
dying in it. He was dying.
The cloud
I
of
think
smoke
he was
getting thicker and
secretly. I think
thicker.
he was proud. He was so proud that you're his grandson. And he's like, "Oh, that's man.
Yeah.
That's what a man. That
Mate, there was no pride from that man. He fucking hated my guts.
I can smell the heritage in that one. Oh,
It smells like bloodline.
I can smell the genealogy.
growl. Good pod, lads. Good pod. Right, that's me off. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call it.
All right. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
finish it here, lads. Thanks everyone for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening,
We'll
yeah.
see you in the next one.
See you soon.
Bye, lads.
Bye.